So they'll be calling you a radical. Oh my God, it gets more insane. Fucking Obama. Don't say the F word, Greta. Greta, don't you dare say the F word. So a new study comes out talking about California should delay the closing of Diablo Canyon to help the environment. Oh, okay. And then they go on and they say that Diablo Canyon is supplying 8% of California's clean energy. Diablo Canyon is supplying negative energy. So you read through the report. This is a group of physicists, scientists, and then you dig into it. Of course, MIT, Stanford. But then you get deeper. Stephen Chu. Now let's get real. Who was the Secretary of Energy inside the Situation Room with John Holdren, Rahm Emanuel, who orchestrated the cover-up of Fukushima? You got it. Stephen Chu. Stephen Chu should be in a jail cell. Stephen Chu should be in prison. So should Obama. So should Trump. So should John Holdren. So should these people committed the greatest crime in human history. Diablo Canyon delayed to 2025. So then it comes out, so-called physicists in Germany talking about Bill Gates's SMRs and what a sham they are. So let me update the truth so you can wade through this lies and muck. Here's the truth. The bottom line, Germany is done with nuclear energy, period. And they've closed them all up. It's right to the end. They got one more reactor to close. It's overdone. And he's trying to say, Stephen Chu, that greenhouse gases emissions increased in Germany when they shut down. That's a total lie. Let me tell you something. Do you understand about a uranium mine? Do you know anything about the centrifuge process? You want to talk about, how about cancer rates? How about cancer rates around nuclear reactors have been declining, every one that's been shut down? You were going to still go along with this narrative, fox in charge of chickens. Then it goes on and they're digging into talking about Gates right here in Wyoming and Utah funding them. Him and, there's a picture of the university with Warren Buffett and Bill Gates' arms around Kevin Blanche. I mean, gave me the creeps. I played golf with him. Warren Buffett stole their scroll business. I mean, it creeped me out so hard. Yeah. Their company got $70 million and $80 million each, respectively, in a government grant. I want people to understand what this SMR and this little nuclear reactor thing is all about. There's no intention of ever building one, and they will never build one. There's no such thing. They don't exist. They do not exist. And every time they try, they just blow. Price Anderson, it's free money. They know it's free money. You get the money, Department of Energy, which is just the same clan, they just dole it out to their friends. I mean, it was created by these same people. And under the Immunity Act, passed by Congress, Price Anderson, when they never build them, they say, oh, my bad. Tim Martin says, up in Corvallis, he was living in Corvallis, and he says they're driving around Bugattis and Lamborghinis, like, say it ain't so, Joe. It's Maserati. They don't have to pay it back. Immunity Act puts all the liability on you, the taxpayer. It's your money. You handed them. They know this. They all know this. So you got to read this. Stephen Chu belongs in a prison cell. You're talking one of the greatest criminals. Now, stay with me. The Fukushima disaster should have been the end of all nuclear. Well, Chernobyl should have been a long time ago, but still. Stephen Chu was head of the Department of Energy, and his buddy John Holdren, and his buddy Rahm Emanuel. They covered up Fukushima. They orchestrated the cover-up of the greatest crime in human history, and we're going to listen to him. Okay. MIT and Stanford Stephen Chu study says that we could, this study, funded by you, which is total fraud, saying that it will help California meet their goals on climate. California's ahead of their goals. How's California ahead of their goals? Do you know that California is producing 200% more solar a day than they can use? Right now, today, 200% more than they can use. They got nowhere to put it. It's being blocked into the grid. We have a grid. The sun's the answer. California knows it. They are so hell-bent on keeping Diablo Canyon going. I mean, California will be... I'm the guy that, I guess we're going to have to do to Diablo Canyon like we did San Onofre. I guess that's what we're going to have to do, Chew. Let me tell you how we did that. Anonymous, my group did it. We started exposing all kinds of dirt on people like you. And guess what? We got to Kamala Harris when she was an anti-nuclear. We got it to the FBI like they did in Ohio. And these criminals started to knock. They were cheating on the reactor. Diablo Canyon's been cheating for years, for decades. The fraud that's been stole out of there, that's what we're going to have to do. You want to keep it open? I'm telling you, right here, right now. Remember when I said we're going to hit the beach on D-Day? We're going to hit the beach on D-Day. And then, boom, they threw their hands up. They're afraid of prison. There's only one way you're going to get these reactors. And I want everybody to know this all over the country, these bailouts and everything. Status quo, the bailout in New York, which is excellent sham, again. David Axelrod, Rahm Emanuel, he's the ambassador of Japan, is fraud. The $7.6 billion taxpayers never ratified. That's where you should be going after status quo. The $7.6 billion in New York. In Utah, this AMPS, $400 million has already come out of Utah taxpayers' bills. The original funding for NuScale was Kenwood Financial. It was a fraud. Total fraud. The whole thing is based on fraud. This study that he put out, total fraud. Total fraud. I got news. California's done. The nuclear energy. Why everybody's chirping this will lower greenhouse gases. No, it won't. You're trying to tell me there's no carbon footprint for nuclear? Nuclear meltdowns are ha-ha. Do you know about a uranium mine? Do you know for every 100% for every bit of uranium that's used in a nuclear reactor, you can times that by 143. 143. 99.3% of uranium is byproduct waste. When they centrifuge it in Paducah, Kentucky, in Illinois, in Canada, they gas it with hex gas. That byproduct is so nasty. That's how we get plutonium. By the way, Lou Ferrigno lives by Diablo Canyon. I got to tell you this Diablo Canyon story. Working on the shutdown of it. And I'll tell you what, this Stephen Chew, 10 years ago today, I got the worst news of my life. 10 years ago today, I got my first bone marrow biopsy. I've had lots of bone marrow biopsies. 10 years ago, right now, was the worst day of my life. When they called me and verified that I had multiple myeloma. AML leukemia de novo. My chance of living was very low. And they told me within 40 hours you need to check into the bone marrow transplant unit LDS. Diablo Canyon stays open over my dead fucking body. Just like I said about San Onofre, over my dead fucking body. Just like I told fucking them sending the fucking all the waste. Well, maybe they've been trying to arrange that. These angels, they watch out over me. The looting is over in California. 104 nuclear reactors. You keep going down this fucking road. I'm telling you. The karma's going to get you. God going to take care of them? We'll see. My army. My anonymous army. You think they're done? They're going to start digging dirt again. And they never finished the job in California. A bunch of people should have went to prison, including Cherry Brown, including Peavy. Whole bunch of things. People should have went to prison. Chopping up millions of dollars, cheating on the exchange. Oh, I got all kinds of dirt on Diablo Canyon. Go ahead. Try to keep it open. Go ahead. All you executives and you dirtbags, you already got a great big golden parachute from the California taxpayer. You belong in prison. All of you. Every one of you nuclear propagandists, including Stephen Chu, you belong in a prison cell. I know who you are. And I know what you did on the cover-up of Fukushima. And it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. I know it's been a long time, and the sheep have gone along, and you've pulled off this cover-up, but it's only a matter of time till someone inside is going to break Kevin Blanch's anonymous army, and we're going to get our hands on it. Maybe we already have it. We're just looking for a place to put it. And when the American populace finds out the truth of Stephen Chu, of John Holdren, of Barack Obama, of Donald Trump, Gina McCarthy, the way you orchestrated the greatest crime in human history. Tick-tock, Diablo Canyon clock. Should have been shut down fucking yesterday. I'm telling you, keep playing your fucking lies and games. Diablo Canyon produces negative energy. You didn't even plug into your study because I read it. You didn't even plug in the fact that they have 40 years of spent fuel piled up on site. And the spent fuel pools have to be kept cool when it gets hot. Diablo Canyon is producing negative energy. Negative. It doesn't produce any energy from California. By the way, it never did. It always gets exported, but now it's producing negative because California is supplying the energy to the spent fuel pools to keep them cool. Yeah, you got all the money. I don't have any money. I have a teeny small army. Blind faith, and it ain't blind. I had my life. 10 years ago today. You got a very nasty cancer inside you. You're right, Kevin. It's leukemia. It's de novo. It's multiple myeloma. It's a heavy marker. Vicious. You go tomorrow and you check in. I checked in on 11/11/11 to the Bone Marrow Transplant Center as a red 10. Celeste, who works there, said in 26 years, she says, I'm the only red 10 to ever walk out. It was brutal. I've had multiple bone marrow biopsies. I had my first one 10 years ago today. They lay on your back, dig into your hip while you're awake, up and fish it up out of your hip. Central line in my freaking jugular vein, that snake hanging out. One in my lumbar puncture, up into my spine. My doctor says it best when all the rats and the trolls and everybody was attacking them so viciously. They don't realize you've been fighting the biggest bully on the face of the earth. The nuclear energy crime syndicate? Oh no. The bully I've been fighting is even freaking worse than that one. And my leukemia. Like my doctor said today, boy, did you kick its ass. I can't believe it. He said, you're the biggest miracle in my career. Fucking choose. I mean, you read this thing, make you fucking throw up. Stephen Chu was the Secretary of Energy, the DOE. Just like Jennifer Granholm propaganda. Greta, say the F word, Greta. Come on, Greta, say the F word. He's got the nerve to say, keep Diablo Canyon. You see the tide pools? Walk out of your office and look at the tide pools. You seen the salmon numbers? Proof and evidence. That's absolutely smoking gun proof what Fukushima is doing to our ecology. Because nuclear meltdowns, oh, they're hot, 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 hot. California is producing 200% more solar a day than they can use. And you're going to talk this shit. Uranium mines, uranium, where are you going to put the waste? And let me tell you, you're one quake away. You know why it's named Diablo Canyon? Do you know why it's named that? When the Spanish got there were threatening and telling the Chumash how they were going to kill them all and take their lands. There was an earthquake and a tsunami. It used to be called the Mother's Heart. The Chumash called it the Mother's Heart. That's why the Spanish named it Diablo Canyon. Hell of a place to put a nuclear reactor. Oh boy, you got some freaking bad karma on all of you. Bad karma. It's like freaking Colin Powell and Donna Rumsfeld both died of the exact same disease that I have, multiple myeloma. TikTok, Diablo Canyon clock. Keep it open over my dead fucking body. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. My Anonymous Army is going to start throwing dirt out soon. And, you know, all your money. It's only one thing these creeps fear, and that's jail. Ask the FBI in Ohio. It's only a matter of time. All this fraud in New York, Status King Cuomo, in Utah, in Idaho. This is corruption from hell. Diablo Canyon? Oh, I guess we need to throw the dirt out like we did at San Onofre. Where are you going to put the waste? What are you going to do with those uranium mines? What are you going to do with that centrifuge plant you use up in Canada? TikTok, Diablo Canyon clock.